Today we're looking at event 16 in AD 30, just a few days before the crucifixion of Jesus. We're looking at a sad scenario since we're only a couple days away from Valentine's Day, because this is just the opposite of love. This is betrayal. We find it in Matthew, and we find it in Mark, and we find it in Luke. I'm going to be reading to you from Luke rather than Matthew 26 because it has a little more content, but then be filling in the blanks with Mark and Matthew. So let's take a look at this event 16. Now the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is called the Passover, was approaching, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how they might put him to death, for they were afraid of the people. And Satan entered into Judas, who was also called Iscariot, belonging to the number of the 12. And he went away and discussed with the chief priests and the officers how he might betray him to them. They were glad and agreed to give him money. He consented and began seeking a good opportunity to betray him to them apart from the multitude. Judas betrayed Jesus. He betrayed him. Someone who had sat at the table, watched the miracles, had fellowship, betrayed Jesus, the Lord and Savior. It tells us, as we look at the other accounts, that he betrayed him for money, but more specifically for 30 pieces of silver. Now, there's been a lot of debate about the 30 pieces of silver and what value they had. Were they Roman coins? Were they Hebrew coins? Were they shekels? Or were they something less? In any case, the value of the 30 pieces of silver were somewhere between $90 and $3,800 in today's value. In the day of Jesus, they were said to be the price of a slave if they were the $3,000. Or a day's wages is that they were the $90 value. Nevertheless, it was a lot less than the value of the perfume that Mary had just poured upon Jesus. You almost have to wonder if part of Satan's working in Judas's life was the fact that he was so angry at not being able to pilfer the great value of the perfume that Mary had poured upon Jesus. If that didn't help his motivation. In any case, he consented. Even though he may have heard that they wanted to betray Jesus, he agreed, he consented. He went to them looking to see if he could strike a deal. And he consented to try to set Jesus up at a time when the multitudes wouldn't be there. And the elders and the high priest and the scribes would not have to worry about a rebellion by the people. It's a sad story. Betrayal by a friend. Maybe sometime or another you felt like you were betrayed by a friend, and you know how much deeper that cut than just being betrayed or tricked by someone. It hurts a lot more when it's a friend. Now, it's true, Jesus knew he was going to betray him. But remember, he was all God and all man. So he understood the pain of being betrayed. And being betrayed for such a small amount. It's incredible, isn't it? Well, let's not betray him for such a small amount. For you see, every time we break his laws, every time we disobey his commands, we betray him. And probably for a far less amount of pleasure or material wealth than Judas betrayed him for. Sit back and meditate on those words just for a little bit and see how cheaply you've betrayed Jesus. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.